Hello. It's Thursday, which means it's almost Friday, which means it's almost the weekend. And what are we? 1, 2, like 14 days away from Halloween? Nice. I love Halloween is my favorite. And then Christmas. And then Easter. Yeah. Just in case you cared. So today I'm the latest I've been in quite a while. My apologies. My computer, I left it on overnight, something I try not to do because often when I do that, then I come back and no matter what I press, it won't come back on. So then I have to do a hard shutdown and start over and open it up again. And you need to wait a couple minutes in between. So, and then my dog wanted to go out potty right at 2:30, which he usually does it. But hey, I'm here. There you go. So, today is my mix of vintage costume jewelry, some vintage regular jewelry, meaning, it wasn't made for the costume world that you would buy at Macy's or Woolworths or Capwell's or Bamberger's or whatever your department store was when you were growing up. And household. And I actually, some of the household you've seen before, definitely. A few things you have not. And because I'm not going to be doing household items, except when I'm on, other resellers' channels, like maybe Friends Selling with Friends or an upcoming thing I've got working in the background that should start in November, or other resellers' friends, that I go on their channels, then I'll probably bring some small, really cool kitsch household items. But all the really great stuff, but I guess larger, that's costing everyone too much money to ship because of USPS, even with the pirate ship discount, just isn't selling and it takes up too much room. So I'm trying to bring these items, many of these items, I'm lowering the price from just recently showing or even lowering the price below what I paid, because at the time, several years ago, or, during the time I was taking care of my dad, I purchased, and those items were very expensive then, but I wanted them. I was going through a really hard time being his caretaker, so I bought them. So you will reap those benefits if you like these things. Thursdays is generally, I try to bring a lot of more affordable jewelry pieces, vintage. And also today, though, I've thrown in some brand new high-end expenses, which I will bring again Friday. Or maybe I'll wait till next week. I don't know. So I'm Lucinda. Hi. I sell on Thursdays and Fridays, and I sell with other resellers. And like I said, I've got another thing working in the background to try to do. I'm going to start selling. Again, I did it very briefly on Whatnot. I've decided to do that instead of eBay. And, but y'all probably won't come to that, but just putting it out there. I will put it in my bio on my channel. I ship from Northern California. That's where I live, Mendocino County. I invoice through PayPal, and I use pirate ship. That's pretty much what everyone does. So this is the first week of my 2-week build a box. So that can save you on shipping by putting multiple items in one box instead of paying for 1 or 2 items in a box that might cost you only $3 or $4 more to put in 8 to 10 items. It also saves me time on invoicing, packing, etc., because time is money. Yeah. So I've been figuring out what works the best for me. So this is week 1 of the 2-week build a box. After the 2 weeks, I start sending out invoices. When the majority are paid, which is usually by that following Friday, so now we're in the 3rd week, I take them all down to the post office. If you ever want an item sooner than that, you don't want to build a box, you want the item right away. Sorry, I've had so many allergies since I moved back up here. They didn't used to be this bad. I'm always catching myself going, sorry. You just need to email me and say, hey, please invoice me and ship it out as soon as possible. And I will, absolutely. So this is usually a starting price and bid. Sometimes I have a buy it now. I only do buy it nows maybe about a fourth of the time or less, because if it's a popular item, whoever has the fastest internet can grab it. I don't have a lot of control over that, and some items just don't seem worthwhile to put up at a starting bid because they're just less expensive. So if I don't know you and you bid on an item because you see something you like and you're the winning bid, I need your real name, your YouTube name. Nope, other way around. Your YouTube name first. Then your real name below that with shipping address and zip code. And below that, your email that is used for PayPal billing. Don't assume that I will know that the email address you're sending me information from, that I will assume that that's your PayPal email address. It generally is not. Okie dokie, and I'll need that by tonight. And lastly, you will have 48 hours to claim an item from this sale. Otherwise, I bring items back at different prices because either they didn't sell, they were too much, or I did more research, I discovered it's more, etc. I never bring items at full price. And if I do, I apologize. Full price meaning eBay's average. And I try to keep it half below the eBay average, maybe a third. Now, will that continue to be true in 2026? Not sure. I will try to continue to use this platform as the bargain, if you will, prices, because, I'm not trying to take advantage of you or make things unaffordable. We live in a very unaffordable world. I want to be able to give you items at a price where I'm making enough profit and you are happy with what you have paid. I hope that makes sense. I don't do recaps. So if you come in late, put your speed on 2 and go through and drop in the chat at any time an item you're interested in, and I will pull it up for you. Okay, first item I am going to do, and again, see, this is an example of something I'm doing in the beginning. I will remind people periodically to go back to the beginning and go through super fast where I sound like a little chipmunk, because this is a pretty popular item. At least it used to be. So people may miss it and they may come in and they may want it. It is going to be a starting bid of $36. It is household, and I didn't put a dollar sign. I apologize. Go figure. It is one of the stereoscope viewers. It is in perfect condition. I honestly think that somebody owned this and inherited it from their grandparents, and then rarely, if ever, used it. I don't know. Here's where I believe you would use this to set it down like this on the table. I don't think it's a hook. I actually don't usually see them with these, although because there's two, maybe it's a place to, does this move? No. Yeah, I don't think it's a hook. Okay, so here's the inside, and these are the precursor to, what are the things called with the cool, where you click it, spiroscope? We all had them as a kid, and they were plastic, and you put the slide in, and then you click the button, and the pictures went round, and it was like cartoons and everything. Noelle? Why are you saying my name with a question mark? It is me. Do I look weird? Do you not see me? What's happening, Noelle? Why do you say question mark? Why do you say it like that? So, again, here it is, and it comes with cards. It comes with cards. Oh, my Lord. Noelle, I did, and I responded to you a longer email with a response. Those items are yours, but you should read my email, please. Thank you, honey. Okay, so here's the box, and it is cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 or so of the thick ones. There's about 12 cards, and then it's the Keystone Eye Comfort Training. So this is a stereoscope that was used to help train your vision. Kind of like a quackery machine back in the day, right? All those medicine machines. Base out alpha unit to be used with the Keystone Eye Comfort Stereoscope, sold only on prescription. Oh my Lord. I love this stuff. They were based in Midville. Look at this. Piena. Is that how they used to say Pennsylvania for short? That's fascinating. And it's all about training your eyes. And it has general information. And then it has a whole sheet. And this person wrote in here their scores. So there's history. It's very interesting. So if you like, no problem, no. If you like this type of stuff, you will love this. So, for instance, here is a picture. Move the ring light. Here is a picture of a gentleman, and the objects around him are numbered. Now, when you view it through the stereoscope, your eyes, both eyes are seeing it as one picture, right? And there's something, this one is the Keystone Eye Comfort and Depth Perception. Well, I have bad depth perception. Maybe I should use this quackery for the development of comfortable vision and a high degree of depth perception. Well, good Lord, I need better depth perception. Printed in the USA. Yeah. So you would put this card in there and do something with the exercises to improve your eyesight. So both objects are $36. I looked this up. This is actually fairly rare. Now look, this looks like the same photo with the numbers, but it's not. Number 7, I'm doing this backwards. Number 7 is back here. On this one, number 7 is on the footstool. Yeah. So I just think it's really cool. And like I said, there's 12 of these cards. They both come together, $36. That's like a kid on a horse. It's really interesting. What the heck is that? Oh, that's like stalagmites, I believe, comes down from the ceiling, and that's something else. So that's in a cave. Ooh, birds. Owls. It's going to get you. Wow, look at this. Wow. Talk about history. Where is that? Oh, that's in India. This is, wow, is that India? That is Tank of Alwar, holy tank of Alwar, surrounded by palaces and shrines in India. Man, what the heck a holy tank is? I don't know. I would have said like fountain, or here's a woman washing clothes in a riverbank. Here's this gentleman again. So he must be a lot going on. Here is an old couple, not old, they're young, but they're farming. He's got a pitchfork. They're like turn of the century homesteaders. Look at the electrical grid on wooden poles. Or maybe that's, nope, that's her pole. But he's got a hay fork and some kind of desert looking thing. The man again. And then this one is, wow, incredible. Oh, good Lord. Why don't they want to tell me? They are not telling me where this is, but it looks like either China, Thailand, maybe collecting tea, maybe Tibet. Anyway, yeah. Starting bid of $36. And I'll tell you how long the Keystone Eye Comfort Depth Perception Training Machine is. How long it is. I mean, it'll basically fit in a regular long flat box because it'll be thin. So the total dimensions shouldn't really matter. 7, 14. It's about 18 inches long, but again, it will be in a long, flatter box. So the total dimensions should not go over the 12 by 12 by 12. $36. Think about it and let me know, y'all. I mean, it's, maybe you need to train your depth perception. I do. Let me put this out of the way. Uh-oh. I'm going to knock stuff over because I guess if it's not the cat knocking it over, it should be me, right? So why not? Someone's got to knock stuff over. Okay, thank you for looking. I brought this, I believe, last Thursday, and I'm dropping the price. To a starting bid of $23. It's beautiful. There is an artist. Let me bring the ring light back. There is an artist's signature. I can't make it out at all. At all. SOBIML, bunch of lines, like 3 lines. Yeah. It is made in the coiled rope style, where you make ropes of pottery and layer it starting from the bottom up, and then throw it on the wheel to make it perfectly rounded or whatever shape you want. But it's called coiled or rope style, and it is very Japanese. Beautiful hand painted blue and purple with green soft irises on both sides, slightly different, obviously hand painted. And then it comes up. We talked about this last week. I think it's like Ikebana. I believe I said that right. With this very thick bamboo handle and the points, and it's held on by rope, which as it dried tightened, old like basket weaving. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful piece. And the vase itself is just about 8 inches tall, and with the handle, which does not go down. I mean, it's a part of the thing, okay? It doesn't, you're not supposed to be able to move it up and down. I would say it's probably about 13, but let's measure it just for the heck of it. What do you think about that? 7. Oh, look, I'm off. 7. I'm off. I've been told that before. 11 and a half. 11 and a half tall. And at the widest, about 3.5 inches around. It's really, really pretty. And the colors, I love the way they made this kind of almost be in the background with the irises, the thing that pops. I found this at one of my favorite SPCA thrift stores. Near my dad's house. No chips, no dings. It's in perfect shape. $23. I don't do recaps, so let me know. Now for something. Hi, Trudy. Yeah, Trudy, I think I finally have gotten enough rest and I've been more active. How are you doing, Trudy? You've been going through it. Starting bid choice of $3. It's also just a little. This is October. October is the weirdest month in California, and I think everywhere it's like hot, cold, rain, shine, rain, sun. It's just weird. So today happens to be warm. I'm sorry, Trudy. I hope you don't have. Maybe you should talk to your doctor and see if it's more like one of the permanent things that can happen with our tummies. Yeah. I'm so sorry. And also, Trudy, I don't want to talk about this, live, but I was misdiagnosed for a year about my gallbladder, and I went through hell, and I couldn't eat, and I went in and out of the emergency room more than 10 times. Until finally a year later, I was in so much pain. They helped me. I tried to leave, still in horrible pain. I turned around and walked right back. They then finally gave me the real test I needed. And within 15 minutes, they were like, you have a necrotic gallbladder. We're taking you in for emergency surgery right now. And I was in so much pain. All I could do was say, thank you. It's only later that I got mad. Okay, so this is a Walt Whitman little teeny tiny book. Hello, Kitty. Hello, Kitty has a tiny piece of dust from my dog. Hello, Kitty. Kitty has a tulip and a butterfly. There's Whitman. And copyright 1954. MCM LIV. And it's just a little, paper book with beautiful illustrations. So You know, what do I do with books like that? Number one, I read them. I enjoy them. I love them. Number two, you can, I'm sorry, honey. You can enjoy them. You can have really good copies made at like a Office Depot, something like that, and repurpose them, or none of my business. You can take these apart and frame them. Look, he's got a little tulip hat, or she, and frame them. A lot of people, younger people use these old illustrations as a idea for tattoos. Yeah. So it's just a little tiny story. And there's Kitty on the back. That's choice one. And I didn't even highlight that. Sorry, starting bid $3. Yeah, I am lucky I made it, Trudy. I went, and then they made me, this is the second choice. They kept me in the hospital for 3 days. That's how bad it was. Usually they take it out, send you home. They made me 2 days after I left the hospital go to the person who did the test in the first place. I forget their name, to talk to her about how I was doing. And she took one look at me, made me sit down, and said, "What are you doing here?" And did nothing but apologize profusely because she knew that I could sue her. I didn't, but and she was like, "What are you doing here? Who told you to come here? Oh my God, go home." Because she knew that she was all bad. So this was 29 cents. It's made by Art Craft. Timmy the Tiger. And Timmy the Tiger is a stand-up book. He is a stand-up book. So what Timmy does, he's got a little bit of rare. He's got a little bit of rar. He's got a little bit of wear. He goes like this, and he folds down. Who on earth is beeping me? He folds down, and this flap goes right there. And then you have the little Timmy the Tiger paper book with the cutest illustrations. Look at this little tiger. Oh my God. And there's a hippo. Look at the tiger, though. If they stayed that cute and small and sweet. And here he is serenading with a flute all the little forest creatures. See what I mean? These birds. And even the tiger is a tattoo for a younger person. Yep. Or an older person. I mean, And I guess that might be Timmy's mom. I don't know. I love it. Oh, look at that bird. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mr. Hippo wasn't even a tiny bit angry, but he was quite upset. Pear-shaped tears rolled down his cheeks. "Please, Timmy, forgive me," he began. "My sister-in-law Hannah is ill, so I gave her the orange blossoms you brought. Don't be angry." Anyway, and then that's it. This is really cool. And it is from 1950. No, 19. LX 1964. There you go. 1964. And I see Noelle is in at 3. Let me put Mr. Timmy back now. So he just folds up like that. But you see on the back, because of the stand-up, he got squunched at some point. Okay. I learned how to read really early, Trudy. And I love to read. And I grew up in a family where we would get together in the morning before school, and my dad went to work and all that stuff. and have family reading time for about 20 minutes in the morning before breakfast. So, all right. So nobody else is in. I'm just going to do a sold to Noel. $3. Noel, my friend who did not sneak attack today. Noel, I missed that. Which one or ones do you want, Noel? Tiger. Yeah, I love both of them, but this huge blue-eyed tiger, adorable. Timmy Tiger. Timmy Tiger. Thank you, Noel. He's going down here, and after the sale, I'm going to make sure to put him right into a plastic bag. Hey, 710, what's going on? Hi. This, see that? How I have, I didn't used to, I've always had allergies, but I did not used to have them to this extent. And then after my father passed and I moved back up here, they've been really bad. But I will say that I lived downstairs in what was a garage and was converted to a bedroom. And even the apartment down there that I lived in as a teenager, and then again with my husband and daughter with my mom and dad upstairs, an in-law apartment, was built over a whole dirt area with water that ran down from, because it was in the hills. So there was a French drain, and there was always kind of like a moldy smell. And I noticed I had a lot of asthma when I went back and lived there. And when we moved in there and lived there, me, my husband, and my daughter, who was 5, 2 years later, I got severe adult asthma and continuing horrible sinus infection, which I cured with hundreds of dollars a month of this natural medicines. I wish I knew the name of that book because it saved my life. And then when I moved out, lo and behold, the asthma pretty much disappeared. I occasionally have it, but hardly ever. Then I had to move back in. Lo and behold, got all those allergies again. This is the 3 Graces. It's basically done like Wedgwood. I'll show you the outside. It is from the 50s, 60s. This is a continuing like bouquet, kind of like the Gilded Age big boughs that you would put up in your ballrooms, etc. Raised. It's this great oval hexagon-y type shape. Here is the back hinge. Hold on. There, that's better. And here's the bottom. It's got its little feet, and it's kind of like a marbled look. It's kind of like light brown, hint of orange, cream, right? And it is an actual stone called Incolae, which is only found here in California, and it's no longer around. So it's nothing I've ever done handcrafted in the USA. Yeah. It's not something I've ever done a super deep dive into, but it is a stone. It's only made in California. It's got the black velvet on the bottom. It's a trinket box. Yep, Trudy, what's up with that, right? mean, there's a lot. Well, I know what's up with it. A lot is. And it's almost, but not quite see-through. See my thumb on the back? It just kind of blocks the light a little bit. I don't know if you can see. There, my thumb is not there. Then my thumb is there. See that? So it's a little see-through. And it's like, it's a stone, but it's also feels plasticky. It's, I don't know, man. It's a fascinating thing. And this is in mint condition. Mint condition. Incolay. Look it up. Only in California. So it is 5 inches long, 4 inches wide, and 1.5 inches deep. Yeah. It's a really great box. Incolay. And the 3 graces done in that Wedgwood style. Beautiful. Okay, think about it. Remember, I don't do recaps. So, yes, Miss Trudy, if this carries on, I would ask for further tests. It just doesn't seem right. Okay, let's do some jewelry. Let's start out with some. I'm going to do a buy it now. I've had these a while. No one but me seems to love them. I don't know. I was going to do something with these, but I think I'll wind up